So I have been a book blogger for 4.5 years and now a booktuber for several months. And one of the things that always comes up in conversation is how and why booktubers and bloggers use rating systems. And this stems from the fact that a lot of us use Goodreads, so we kind of get roped into having to give books a rating. And I will say that in the first 2 years of my blogging, I refused to give books a rating because I was like, it doesn't matter. My review will give everybody the information they need to know about if they want to read it or not outside of some arbitrary 5-star rating BS. And I found that that actually wasn't helpful because mostly for me, I want to be able to go back and look up what were the ones that I liked the most. Sometimes I want to find which were books I liked the least. And it's very helpful for me to actually give it that rating and to force myself to say, was it a 3-star or a 4-star rating? However, over time, this has become extremely complicated. And I'm not even talking about like the half-star thing, because even though I do give books half stars, maybe that plays into the complication of it all, but you know, a lot of times people are talking about how it would all just be better if Goodreads let us do half stars. Now, I'm not really concerned about that. I just wanted to try to kind of tease out why I sometimes give books the ratings that I give them and what that actually means, because I know I don't follow the strict guidelines or the not so strict guidelines that Goodreads gives of like what each of those stars means, because I originally started doing that. But what happens is over time you read 100 books every year, and then suddenly what you used to think was a 5-star read is now really a 4-star read. And so I've talked a lot about this on my blog, and I'll post that post below about how a lot of my change in feelings about books has shifted as a result of just having read more. However, as of lately, I find that I'm inflating those scores a little bit again. So the problem is not so much with 5-star reads. I've always been very good about only giving 5 stars to books that I love. And my criteria for a 5-star read is that it has to be something that would be in my top 10 at the end of the year. Sometimes I end up with only 8, sometimes I end up with 12 or 13, but it's a pretty basic guideline for like, is this a book I love that's a favorite, like a top shelf favorite book? And so that keeps me in line with limiting the number of books that I give 5 stars to. And I also only give a book 2 stars if it's just, not only did I not enjoy it, but it's extremely problematic and I really don't have much that I can say that's good about the book. And the reason I give out 2-star reviews is because I still have to admit that, first of all, an author worked really hard on that. The words are all on the page. It makes a story. There is some sort of coherent thing going on. There's something of value in the story, and someone somewhere might enjoy it. That person just isn't me. Like, a book would have to be missing a lot of those features for me to give it a 1 star. Okay, so 2 stars are pretty clear for me as well, because in the end, I'm probably only going to pick up books that have something that already sounds appealing to me. So there's already something there that's probably going to start it out at that 3 stars. If it's something I don't think I'll enjoy that I would have given a 1 or 2 stars to, I probably didn't pick it up in the first place. So I would say that when I read, generally all books start out as a 4-star rating. That's sort of my average, because I know that it's something I like, because I picked it out of the pile, because I liked the idea of it. Am I going to love it? Does it meet my expectations, or does it fall a little bit short? And so 4 stars are books that could have been 5-star reads, but they are, you know, not best of quality, but they're really good, and they're things that I would maybe want to have a copy of, lend to a friend, recommend to people. 3-star reads, though, and that's the reason I saved them for last in this video, 3-star reads are the bane of my existence, because when I look at 3-star reads, books that I've rated 3 stars, I even confuse myself. I am so all over the place in what counts as a 3-star read. There are some books I gave 3 stars to that I probably should have given 2 stars to. I don't know why. Maybe I was feeling particularly happy that day, or I just feel really bad giving a book 2 stars. But there are also some books that are 3-star reads that I feel like really were 4-star reads, but there was just something like, I'll drop it down a star if there's something extremely problematic that I can't let go of. So a lot of times I count a 3-star read as something that I just say is okay. It's a book that I liked. It had some problems. It had some good things. And those are the hardest books to review because like I want to go into all the negative stuff and it's hard for me to pull out the positive stuff. And then it makes it look like I hated the book when I didn't really hate the book. I just liked it and it was okay. And that's a little bit difficult to get that across with a 3-star rating, especially the way that I tend to review books. Generally, I like a 3-star book. I'm glad I read it. I'm probably not going to read it again. So what I've come to realize is I really need like differentiations within the 3 stars. Like why it has a 3-star. Does it have a 3-star because it's just okay and it's nothing that blew my mind? Like Cinder, you know, there was nothing really terrible about Cinder, but it was all hyped up and I wasn't as impressed and thought it was a good book, average, nothing that blew my mind? Or is it something like Twilight that I probably did give 3 stars to when I originally read it because while it was a fast read and I zipped through it and I enjoyed the ride, I looked back after the fact and was like, well, I can't give that 4 stars because it's extremely problematic. So there's a variety of reasons why a book will earn a 3 stars and I just have to like clarify what that is. I need like a 3-star plus or like a 3.2 star to differentiate. Like if it's a 3.5 star, it means this. If it's a 3-star, it means that. I don't know. I'm really stuck on how to handle my 3-star ratings. And I'm really afraid that the way to deal with it is to like either stop rating books, which I don't really want to do, or start giving a lot more books 2 stars, which I mean, I don't want to put them all in with 50 Shades of Grey because that just feels really mean. So if you have any advice for me on how to handle my little completely not a big deal issue with book ratings, leave those thoughts for me in the comments. Or if you have any advice on just how you do it, or if you just say it's all good, it doesn't really matter, it's just a book rating, and if you explain why, people will get it. Which probably is the conclusion I'm going to come to. I just need a little solidarity from my fellow book reviewers because the 3-star rating is just starting to, I don't know, make me feel like I need to make some changes. I don't know. Maybe after I film this and give this all some time to settle, because I've been thinking about filming this video for a while anyway, maybe I'll come to a conclusion and be able to give you guys an update about where I've come with this, if I want to change things or if I'm just going to accept that I'm okay with it. But otherwise, it's out there, so that's where I'm going on that, a little bit of a video where there's not a good solid conclusion. So thank you guys for putting up with me on this, and thank you for watching, Book Nerds. That's all for now, and I'll see you next time.